Welcome to Seen and Noted podcast, where marketing insights, brand thinking, and cultural signals are unpacked for the people shaping brands every day. If it's shaping culture or shifting markets, we're paying attention. So let's get into it.
So, quick question. What does it really take to build something in Nigeria? Not vibes, not motivation quotes. I mean, build. The kind of thing that survives policy changes, dollar headache, public opinion, and those long nights when you're asking yourself, why did I even start this thing? Today, we're talking about lessons from a man who literally built great industries in Nigeria, one product at a time. And yes, you already know who this is, but stay with me. This isn't a praise song. This is a case study. Building anything meaningful is not romantic. Let's just get that out of the way. It's patience, it's sacrifice, it's believing in something even when the numbers tell you to stop. Many people start. A lot of people stop. Some don't make it out at all. That's why when someone actually builds, not once, not twice, but across decades, we pause, we look closer, we ask, what did this person understand that most of us miss? Now, here's the part people like to skip. Yes, he came from wealth, but he didn't coast. Instead of inheritance vibes, he chose stress. At 20 years old, yes, 20, he borrowed 500,000 naira from his uncle, equivalent to 6-7 billion naira today. Imported cement, sold with tiny margins, reinvested everything. No champagne stories, just trucks, dust, repetition, over and over and over again. And while others were chasing fast money, he was quietly learning something dangerous: systems. When Nigeria decided to reduce cement imports, it felt like luck, but luck had very little to do with it. Before Obajana became a household name, there was discipline. Years of mining, production, and distribution carried out quietly without applause. Cement eventually became the foundation of modern Nigerian wealth. Then he did something interesting. He moved from buildings to kitchens. Sugar, salt, flour, pasta, same formula. Bulk buying, small margins, relentless reinvestment. But this time, it wasn't just business, it was presence. He didn't just sell to Nigeria, he entered Nigerian homes, quietly. So even after the buildings were completed, his name was still there, on shelves, in meals, in routine. He was becoming necessary. Now, let's be honest, this is where dreams go to die. Oil and gas is not for the faint-hearted. It has buried bigger ambitions than his. But instead of dipping his toes, he went all in and built the largest single-train refinery in the world. Pause. That's not just business anymore. That's infrastructure. That's nation-shaping scale. At this point, he wasn't reacting to the system. He was becoming part of it. And here's the key thing people miss. He understands policy. He works with it, not against it. He lives below his means, reinvests obsessively, and stays focused on one thing: building. Just building. So maybe the lesson isn't cement, or FMCG, or oil. Maybe the real lesson is this. Across every phase, he kept building himself. The patience, the discipline, the ability to endure boredom, criticism, delay. And if you are trying to build anything in Africa, a brand, a company, a career, that's the part you should be watching closely. Because this story isn't over. Right now, he's in the news again, not for success, but for resistance. Regulatory friction, power tussles, pricing debates, shifting government positions, add new tax laws, changing fiscal rules, and suddenly it becomes clear. In Nigeria, success doesn't end the fight. It often starts a new one. Scale comes with pressure. And the real currency at that level is endurance. So yeah, this isn't just history. It's a live case study. And maybe the quiet takeaway for creatives, marketers, founders, and builders like us is this. Before the empire, before the headlines, before the applause, can you commit to the boring consistency? Can you survive the long middle? Can you keep building even when nobody is clapping? Because usually, that's where the real work is. All right, let's continue this conversation next time.
If this episode gave you something to think about, share it with someone in your circle.
See you on the next one.